Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Facebook Nation. This is your girl, Jamaican Joan, with another episode of Taste of the Tropics. But please don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back. Welcome back to Taste of the Tropics on the Joan Henry Show. I'm your host, Jamaican Joan, and as always, I am super excited to bring you another week of cooking out of Chef Champion's Kitchen in Jamaica. So thank you guys who have already tuned in. Thank you for those who are watching live and for those who will be watching the replay. Thanks to everyone over there in YouTube. Thank you guys so much for checking out Taste of the Tropics on the Joan Henry Show every week, where you can learn how to prepare a Jamaican dish for yourself, right? So I would like for you to drop in the feed where you're watching from, and as well as if you have any question, please feel free to ask, okay? So we're going to get the party started. So Chef Janet, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. I'm doing well, Joan. How are you?
I am doing super fabulous and here to watch you tempt me with all these good food, but that's okay. So, what are you making for us tonight?
All right. So we are making ackee and the saltfish.
No, she didn't. Did y'all hear that? She's gonna be making ackee and saltfish, the Jamaica national dish. Woo, it's gonna be on and popping tonight. Look, if you're watching, please share this broadcast right now because as many of you that ask me, how do you make ackee and saltfish? Please, you gotta watch this because it's about to go down. Thank you so much, Chef Janet. Now my folks will get to see how it's done, so I don't have to show them. And I'm sure you're gonna have the best version. So yeah, oh, I'm super excited. Ackee and saltfish, the
Yeah.
Jamaican national dish. Well, Chef Janet, I'm gonna turn it over to you, and please do take it away.
All right. Okay. So once again, we say welcome to everyone who was tuned in. Um, and as I mentioned before that, I will be making ackee and saltfish. All right. And fortunately, ackee and saltfish has been Jamaica's national dish for a very long time. All right. And as we all know, that ackee is a fruit. All right, but it has to be cooked before it's eaten. All right, and after it's cooked, then it's just like scrambled eggs. All right, so I'm here to show you the entire preparation. All right, of our ackee and saltfish. Saltfish is the same codfish that we call it. All right. So first of all, I just want to show you what the ackee fruit looks like when it's ripe. All right, and this is what it looks like. Okay, has three seeds. Yeah, look like three seeds inside, and this is grown on a huge tree. Okay, so once it's ripe, before it gets ripe, then it's closed up tight, so you cannot see these black seeds. All right, so it's closed tight, and once it gets ripe, then it pops open. So once it pops open on the tree, then you know it's ready to be picked. So that is safe to pick and eat your ackee at that time because it's ripe. Okay, and on the ripened ackee, just to let you know, it has a poison inside of it, which is called hypoglycin. All right, so if the ackee is not ripe, or if it's not cooked, then that can be poisonous to humans. Okay, so this is very, very important. Okay, that the ackee is ripe before you pick it from the tree. Okay, all right, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so first, for preparation, you remove this. So you're going to remove the husk from it, okay? And you take out these, easy to remove. You remove these, all right? 1, 2, 3 of them, all right? And each pod has 3 of them. They might not always be the same size. All right. Fortunately, this one is. All right. I have another one here. And you can also see this one. They're not the same size in this one. 3 anyway, but they're different sizes. All right. Like this. Okay. Some of them, the seeds are bigger than some. All right. So the first thing we do after removing these from the pod, we remove the seeds, the black seeds. Okay. You can just twist it with your fingers. Okay. And once you have removed the black seed, there's inside a pink stuff inside. All right, which needs to be removed. And this pink stuff, that's the hypoglycin. All right, so it's right now, you just remove it before you cook your ackee. So just use a knife. You can use a small knife. All right, a small knife like this, and you remove them from all of them. Okay, so you take them out, the little pink stuff which is inside. It's not too much of them, and you remove it. Once you remove it, it looks like this. Okay, so you do this for all of them. All right. Okay. All right. So that much for the ackee fruit. All right. So what I'll be using tonight, I'm going to show you my ingredients quickly. What I'll be using tonight to cook our ackee. Because what we're going to, first of all, what we do after removing the seeds from the pod, what we do is boil them. All right. So we boil our ackee, has to be cooked. All right. So boil it for at least 20 minutes. And that should do. All right. And once they're cooked soft, then it's ready to go. You remove them from the water, keep them on the side, and then we're going to saute it with our seasoning and everything. And then our saltfish we're going to add as well. All right. So here I have some garlic. I have some chopped garlic here. I got some chopped scallion. All right. Got some chopped onions. I got some chopped red and green bell peppers. I also have some chopped tomatoes. All right. And here goes our codfish, the salt fish, which is going to be added to our ackee. All right. So pretty much this one, we boil it as well because this is cured with salt. Okay. This is codfish, which is cured dry with salt. So it's very salty. So in order to remove the salt, the excess salt from this, then we boil it. All right. So first I remove the skin from this fish here, and then I boil it. So I boil it for at least half an hour. All right, to get the salt out of it. Okay, and then you wash it as well. All right, and then this is what my ackee looks like after it's boiled. Okay, so after removing from the pod and removing the hypoglycin from the middle of it, then we boil it. So this is what it looks like. All right, so here we go. We have all our ingredients ready, and then I'll get my pan hot with a little bit of vegetable oil, and then I'm going to put my seasoning inside. And then we're gonna carry it. All right. So Nikela, you want to come closer to the pot?
All right. So if you're just tuning in, Chef Janet is making the Jamaica's national dish, which is ackee and saltfish. And thank you to the man himself, Mr. Chef Champion. Big up yourself every time. Thank you. Go ahead, Chef Janet.
All right. So can you see me over here, Joan?
The camera is a little bit shaky, but yeah, I could see you now.
Can you see the pot?
I could see the pot.
I'm gonna come a little closer anyway. All right, so she's getting her light ready. All right, so the first thing I'm putting in the pot is a little bit of chopped garlic, okay? So I'm adding this to the pot, which already have some vegetable oil inside. Okay, so a little bit of chopped garlic. We're adding to our pot. Alrighty. Okay. The garlic is here. After which we're going to add our scallion. All right, chopped scallion. We add it to the pot as well. I didn't put a lot of oil in the pot because you don't want your ackee to be swimming in oil when it's finished. Okay, so just a small amount of oil, and that will do. If it gets too dry during the sauteing process, you can add a little bit of water. You can just dip a little bit of water in it. All right. So in my pan here is garlic and scallion. And then I'm adding here a little bit of onion. Okay. All right. There we go. So the scallions are in. All of that in. And I'm sure a lot of people heard about our national dish, ackee
Oh,
and saltfish, but they're not sure how it's done.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, and then I'm adding some red and green bell peppers. All right, red and green bell peppers. All righty. Okay, so red and green bell peppers, and we're sauteing all of this. All right, and then we're adding some chopped tomatoes. Okay, beautiful. Oh, this smells good already.
I could only imagine.
Oh my God, Joan, I wish you were close by.
I know. One of these days.
One of these days, girl.
So if you're just tuning in, you're watching Taste of the Tropics on the Joan Henry Show, featuring Chef Champion's Kitchen out of Jamaica. And for more of these good cooking, you can check out his YouTube channel. So I'm asking you to please go to YouTube and subscribe to Chef Champion Kitchen. And that's where you will find a whole lot more cooking done. And it's just an amazing program over there. So please subscribe to Chef Champion Kitchen, just like it is spelled on the screen there for you. Chef Champion Kitchen. Subscribe at YouTube and subscribe and share. And thank you in advance.
That's it. So now I'm adding the saltfish, okay? My already
Okay.
boiled saltfish to extract the excess salt. All right, so I'm adding this to my vegetables. All right. And I've added a little bit of chopped thyme to give it some flavor as well.
Uh,
All right, so the saltfish is sauteing there nicely. There we go. Look at that.
wow. So, yep, it's just amazing for me to sit here and watch, the Jamaican national dish, ackee and saltfish.
Correct.
Watch you prepare it. That is looking so wonderful, and I'm sure it tastes very good as well.
Yep. There we go. All right, so the saltfish is in. All of vegetables are in. So guess what? Now it's time to put our ackee in.
Yep, that's the
Yep.
moment I'm waiting for. So many times when I make ackee and saltfish, somebody would ask me, "Is that scrambled eggs?" So I guess you won't be asking me that after today. Now you're gonna see how it's done. Go ahead, Chef Janet.
All right, so we're adding the ackee to the pan now, okay? There we go. Look at that.
And please, if you have any question about this national dish being made right in front of your eyes, please drop your comment in the feed, okay? So you are watching Chef Janet making ackee and saltfish. Go ahead, Chef Janet.
All right, so here I've added my ackee and stirring it so I could get all the veg incorporated here. And you see the color? Beautiful color. With all
Yep.
those vegetables inside, it's a beautiful color. All right. Then I'm gonna add here. Most Jamaicans would say, "What's ackee and saltfish without some black pepper?" You know, some black.
Oh, yeah,
Gotta
that's
be.
right.
Yep.
Yes. And
That's
for someone who may be in the States or any other country outside of Jamaica, you can actually find this in the grocery store. It's, of course, it's not going to be in its fresh form, but they also sell it in the can.
in the can.
Yes, that you can make your own.
All right. And as I said, if it gets a little bit too dry, you can get a little bit of water, not too much, just to kind of, you don't want it to be too oily. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Wow. This is beautiful. And then you can add whatever seasoning you have. You want to add a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of, here I'm using a little bit of all-purpose seasoning, just to give it a little, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just dipping a little bit of this in it, not too much, just a little bit. Some people go without it, yeah?
Okay.
Just a little.
So again, thank you, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're in YouTube, wherever you're watching from, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this amazing video and also remember to subscribe on YouTube at Chef Champion Kitchen, okay?
All righty.
And shout out to the man himself again, Mr. Chef Champion. How are you doing tonight, sir?
That's correct. All right, so pretty much this is over because the codfish was already boiled. The ackee was already boiled. Yeah, so we basically sauteed our vegetables and then we add the codfish and we add the ackee. All right, so pretty much this is finished. It's done. So the initial preparation of our ackee and saltfish takes the longest, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So this is good. So have them look at it, Michaela. So it does look like scrambled eggs.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, I've been asked that many a time. So now y'all know, no, it's not scrambled eggs. It's ackee and saltfish.
That's right. So it does look like scrambled eggs, but it isn't. All right.
So, Chef Janet,
Yeah.
is there a particular reason why one would use a fork to stir it and not a spoon?
Yes. If you use a spoon, it tends to crush it up too much. Then it will be like a very, very, fine scrambled egg. So you use a spoon, it gets too mushy, and you don't want that. You still want to see the ackee inside, when you're eating it, you're actually biting it, but it gets too mushy if you use a spoon. So you use a fork, then it turns it over easily. All right.
And I know you're getting ready to do your presentation. So with something like this, what are some of the things that you can serve this with?
All right. So that's very important because we, as our national dish, ackee and saltfish, we serve with roasted breadfruit. Remember, we used breadfruit the last time on our show. All right. So this time, instead of boiling the breadfruit, we roast them. Some people bake them in the oven, but roast it on the fire, the coal outside. Oh, that's a bomb. All right. So the breadfruit is very nice with that. Bame is also made from cassava, yuca. All right. So we bake the bames. All right, grate the cassava, extract the juice, we bake it, and then we fry them or steam them if you don't want to be, with too much oil. So that goes nicely with your ackee as well. Or you can just go plain old provisions, all right, ground provisions like your boiled bananas, your boiled yams, your plantains. So pretty much just about everything that we grow goes very well with our ackee.
Please don't leave out dumpling. You better say dumpling.
How could I forget the dumpling? The boiled dumpling or even the fried ones. Oh my God, take it away, Joan.
You're going to make me make some ackee and saltfish this weekend. Good God Almighty. Yes.
And those dumplings better have some cornmeal in them, right?
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, it could be, anyway is a good way when it comes to ackee and saltfish. But yes, so I know you're getting ready to do your presentation, so go ahead.
All right, so what I'm going to do here, let me get some gloves on here quickly. Um, so we're gonna do something a little bit different tonight with the presentation. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna serve the ackee instead of just serving it on the plate. I'm gonna serve the ackee in a tomato shell.
In a tomato shell.
A little bit different, right? Yep. So we're gonna serve our ackee in a tomato shell. So I'm gonna show you just how we do that. All right. Okay. So here we go. I have a plate here, and then this is my tomato. Can you see me? And you're using a large tomato, okay? Because
Yes.
this is what we're gonna put the ackee in, okay? This is gonna be a container for the ackee. All right. So in order for
Chef Janet,
yes.
hold on 1 second. I got to read this. So Chef Shamar just joined in. He says, "Me just a reach me hungry. I want to cook." Chef Shamar, yes, she making ackee and saltfish, the Jamaican national dish. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome, Shamar. Welcome. All right. So what I'm gonna do here with my tomato, I'm just gonna cut the base of it. All right. So that's the base of it. Just a small slice. I'm gonna take away from here, so it sits on the plate. All right. So just a small piece of my tomato, a small slice at the base, very thin one. All right. Okay. So you can see that. Okay.
Yes.
So this is what I'm gonna sit on the plate, and then after which I'm gonna cut this, not too much because it's like a cup. So I'm just gonna basically remove the top of it. All right, so a nice clean cut. Okay, and this is our tomato. And then after that, then you can use a spoon, or if you can manage to use a sharp knife, but as long as it doesn't damage your tomato, because you want your tomato to remain firm, okay, with no holes. All right. Okay, so you can use a spoon and you go in the tomato like this and around. Okay, slowly you do that because you want to keep your tomato sound, no holes. Otherwise, whatever you put inside will start leaking out, right? Okay, so like this, and then we just remove. Let me get over here. Just removing the center of it. All right.
Thank you, Sanique Jackson, for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so you can see what we're doing here, right? See what we're driving at here?
Yep.
We're making this empty. We're making this an empty shell so we can use it to put our ackee.
Wow.
All right, so
I have never seen it done that way before, so let me pay attention.
look at this. You see this, right?
Yep.
All right. I don't want you to follow me later on, Joan. I don't want to see no picture.
Let me tell you something. If I don't try this thing this weekend, Christmas cancel. I will be trying it this weekend. And so, guys, if you wondering what this joke is about, so whenever Chef Janet, whatever she made, then I try to go back and try to make it and then have the nerve to post it and tag her in it. So it's like every weekend I said, let me provoke all the chefs in my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so this is what we get. Okay?
Yes.
See, it's empty. All right, ready now? All right, so just before I put this on my plate, what I've done.
So if you're tuning in, you're watching Taste of the Tropics on the Joan Henry Show with Chef Janet Jackson Dinnell out of Chef Champion Kitchen in Jamaica. And tonight she's making for us the Jamaican national dish, ackee and saltfish. She has already gone through the process. So where she's at now is her presentation. So if you're just tuning in, go back to the beginning of the video and watch to see all the ingredients that she put in there. And now she made it from scratch. So thank you for tuning in, whether you are watching on Facebook or on YouTube. And of course, you can catch us here every Friday at 8 p.m. And if you haven't already done so, please go to YouTube and subscribe to Chef Champion Kitchen. And not just subscribe, but subscribe and share. Thank you.
That's right. All right, so what I've done here, I'm going to show this to you to make my presentation. I have some.
Did you want to put the camera on that, Nikayla?
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah. All right, yeah. So what I've done here, I've sauteed some carrots and some julienne cabbage, okay? So I'm just making them a little bit smaller pieces. All right. And then what I've done, all right, so here we go. All right, so this is the cabbage. Okay. All right, so I've sauteed the cabbage along with the carrots, okay? Added a little bit of seasoning to taste. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put at the base of my plate to host the tomato. Okay. All righty.
Boy, Chef Shamar, you have your work cut out for you when it's your time to come on this show. Chef Janet is throwing it down. You got your work cut out for you, man.
Okay, so here we go. And then I'm going to have my tomato sitting on the plate just like that, okay? All right. So what we're going to do, just 1 minute there, Joan.
Okay, so we have two Shamar. There's a Shamar Thomas. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so I'm just going to remove some of this. Okie doke.
And you sure make ackee and saltfish look extra good tonight, Chef Janet.
Tell you.
Where is Fiona? I haven't seen Fiona this week. Ooh.
All right, let me get these things out of the way so you can see what we're doing here, okay? All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to put my ackee inside my tomato.
Thank you so much, Shamar Thomas. He commented that he's a top fan. We love top fans. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already done so, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to Chef Champion Kitchen. Thank you for being a top fan. We are happy to have you.
That's right. Thank you for tuning in, Shamar.
You know you have two Shamar on there, right?
No.
Yes, there's a Shamar Thomas that joining now. So yes.
I know that we have two Shamars, Thomas and Silvera.
Yes.
All right. So finish this off. What I'm gonna do.
Well, Mr. This is ackee and saltfish. If I wasn't watching it from scratch, I wouldn't know what is it that you make. Because you dress this thing up, you decorate it, you just take ackee and saltfish to another level. Wow.
All right. There we go. All right, and we don't have a lot of oil dripping all over. Okay, so Joan, here we have it.
Yes.
Here we have it.
All right.
Very own national dish.
Wow.
Saltfish served in a tomato cup. All right, and it's also on a bed of cabbage and carrots.
Okay, awesome. So for those who are just tuning in, this is a presentation of ackee and saltfish that was made from scratch. So again, if you're just tuning in, you may want to go back to the beginning of the video to see all the ingredients and how she combined everything together, and even the process with the tomato that she's serving it in right now. This is another amazing production. I'm telling you, man, Chef Janet, you've done it again. Oh my goodness. And I mean, you just have everybody just tuning in and just watching. And I'm sure, well, I already know that Shamar Silvera, he already said that he was hungry. So I'm sure he's over there just jibbling off of this right now. But that's okay, Chef. That's okay. You and me both. We're in the same boat at this point, okay? But yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And Shamar wants you to know that it's a very nice presentation and he's proud of you.
Oh, thank
Yes, it
you.
is a very nice presentation. I've never seen ackee and saltfish presented in this form before. This was amazing. Thank you so much, Chef Janet. So if you want to go ahead and use this time to shout out the folks that you normally shout out, and we're going to hold it up again after you finish your shout out. So,
All right. Okay. So one more time, just want to shout out, big up to our sponsors. All right. Love you, love you, love you, all our supporters. All right, our supporters from Roadside. Oh, Miss Valerie Beadle over there in Roadside. Lucille Baldi, Dorrit, all the Beatles down there. Pick up yourself. Nail, big up yourself, big up yourself. Lisa from Roadside as well. These are the Roadside peeps. You guys keep us going. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Shamar Thomas, welcome on board. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. All right, Silvera, your portion of Akidea wait for you. All right. We're there. All right. All our New Yorkers over there. Yeah. Daddy Jimmy, pick up yourself. All right. The Chambers family over there, Mama Edna and the rest of the family over there in Connecticut, all the rest of the family in Grand Cayman, over there in England. All right, big up yourself as well. We miss you, love you. We see you tuning in and we see you liking, sharing, and subscribing. Love all of you. Chef Kevin Cole, and Mrs. Cole up there in St. Mary. Big up yourself. All right, coming to see you. All right. So thank you so much once more for tuning in to another Taste of the Tropics. All right, and I'm Janet Jackson as usual. Joan, love you to the moon and back.
love you too, sis. So yes, let me just shout out again, just to reiterate. Shout out to both Shamars for tuning in tonight. We get double the love tonight. We have Shamar Silvera and we have Shamar Thomas. Thank you guys for tuning in. All those who watch live in Facebook or in YouTube. Thank you so much to the man himself, Mr. Chef Champion, for giving me the opportunity to highlight his kitchen, Chef Champion Kitchen out of Jamaica. Thank you again for those who are watching live and those who will be watching the replay, because I know that there's a lot of folks that really watch the replay. Okay, so thank you. As you watch it, just know that Jamaican Joan, thank you. Shout out to all my folks up there in New York, Mama Christine and everyone else up there in New York. And of course, shout out to my families and friends over there in Victoria District, in Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies, home of Jamaican Joan. Thank you guys for watching every week. I know you guys mostly watch the replay, but I got all the messages, all the love. Thank you for tuning in. And so, Chef Janet, I'm going to ask you to bring the wonderful dish up to the camera again so that we can show it one more time. Look at that. There you have it. Ackee and saltfish served in tomato shell. I have never seen it done this way, but if you missed it, please go back to the beginning of the video and watch it, because this was nothing that I was expecting. This This was different. This was creative. And that's one thing about Chef Janet. Everything got to have a creative ending to it. If you watch all the videos in the past, all the cooking videos, nothing is done on a normal base. Everything got to come with an extra thing at the end of it, you know. So thank you so much for your creativity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so viewers, please share this video with your network and join us back here next Friday at 8:30 p.m. for another show on Taste of the Tropics on the Joan Henry Show. I have been your host, Jamaican Joan. And until next time, you take care and make this $1 million day. Jamaican Joan and Chef Janet Jackson and the amazing camera operator, Miss Nikayla, and Chef Champion, the man himself, and the entire Chef Champion kitchen crew and all the amazing chefs who tuned in to support, to watch, and to share. Please do take care and make this $1 million day because Jamaican Joan, I am out. Have an amazing weekend.